Hello, so who am I? To anyone who's new to my channel, I'm Yaniss. I have been diagnosed with MS since I was 17. I progressed to crutches and wheelchair and yeah, you know, all that embarrassing stuff. You don't want people to look at you that way, but that's that, and that's life. It's hard, but you don't have to face this alone. Know that some people are here to help. There are challenges, life is hard, but you don't have to face it alone. Hello, so who am I? To anyone who's new to my channel, I'm Yaniss. I have been diagnosed with MS since I was 17. I progressed to crutches and wheelchair and yeah, you know, all that embarrassing stuff. You don't want people to look at you that way, but that's that, and that's life. It's hard, but you don't have to face this alone. Some people are here to help. There are challenges, life is hard, but you don't have to face it alone. I was just laying my... I had to bring this little guy out. He looks quite lonely in his cage. So what I had to talk about was that the subject of this video was how can music improve your life in some way. More specifically, when I say music, I mean musical instrument, practicing a musical instrument, or piano, because I'm biased towards that. I mean, I played for almost 2 decades, so that's why. So practicing the piano can improve your life by making you... I'm gonna list some of the bullet points. I'm gonna list them here. So practicing the piano, learning the piano, whatever, so it can teach you... I'm gonna give you 5 bullet points. So first of all, I'm gonna talk about how learning the piano can make you focus better on things. It can be in life or whatever, in your studies, personal studies. Where was I? Learning the piano is also a perseverance teacher, and also piano also... So I'm gonna try again. Okay. So I'm gonna talk about that learning the piano can make you focus better. Also, second, piano is also a perseverance teacher. Third, what I'll talk about is that piano also teaches discipline. And fourth, piano makes you have a better emotional intelligence, or QE. Piano makes you have a better emotional intelligence, or QE. I'm going to talk more in details about that later. And fifth, playing the piano works your memory and can even improve it. So stick with me if you want to know all about that. So let's get into it. Let's get into the intro, and I'll give you more details. About that. So stick with me. Science, something. As long as you got something, that's when you know. Been seeing it throughout history. People living through the hardest things have done great things. And you can too. First, so music teaches perseverance. So I'm gonna start to light this point up because I think it starts well with the video. So piano teaches perseverance. Music is fun. 1, but 2, when you practice a musical instrument, it's better because not only do you learn a new skill, which is also healthy for your brain, let's not forget that.
I wanted a peanut. $20 can buy many peanuts.
But according to this article, I'm gonna point out, according to this article, not only listening to music has its benefits on the nervous system, specifically reduce mental states like anxiety and depression, because you're progressing in something, and when we progress at something, I think it's pretty known that progressing at something makes us already happier. It fires up the dopamine, the endorphins, dopamine, which is a neurochemical in your brain. But when you learn a musical instrument, more specifically the piano, because let's not forget, I'm biased because I played the piano for almost 20 years. But learning piano can reduce mental states like anxiety and depression, and overall, only listening to music can make piano. Only listening to music produces, like I said, more dopamine. You feel better overall just listening to it. You don't even need to practice the instrument.
Yeah, man.
According to Futura Science, which is a scientific article in French. But moving forward, learning the piano can make you more disciplined, and it can help you succeed. It also enhances your capacity to focus by giving attention to things such as rhythms, things. Also, what was I talking about? So the melody, reading sheet music, having your hands well placed. Already, this is something that not only you have to persevere with, you gotta be sure that you place your hands right, you read the sheet in the good way, and you do many things. You're basically like, when you play the piano, you're pretty much like multitasking here, there, everywhere, and
What?
learning the piano helps you to focus better on whatever you're doing. School exams when I finished my level 8 certification. Yes, because I did it. Even if I didn't have much lessons with my teacher, I was lucky. With MS and a heat intolerance, doing it was even harder. I was nervous, and I was practicing on that piano, not the real one. I'm gonna call it like that, because there was a difference in just the touch in the keys in level 9, but a lot of work is coming. Anyways, listening to music is relaxing, so the benefits is just infinite of music. I mean, it relaxes. It reduces cortisol levels. Cortisol, which is if I'm not mistaken, cortisol is a stress hormone when your body feels like it's under attack. But the point was that music helps to reduce cortisol levels, because cortisol can be a healthy thing. But nowadays, cortisol is just spiking when there are no more dangers. So cortisol rises, stress levels rises, and this can have an impact if maybe you have a chronic illness, or if you just simply don't want to have a chronic illness while just trying to go through trying to get that attention in your cortisol levels, and like I said, was that cortisol levels rise when you feel you're under attack, pressure. You have to do an exam. I'm gonna be honest, my cortisol levels are maybe high right now because I want to put out this video without being late. So my cortisol levels are spike high. but that's not a healthy. I feel closed in this place. Stop. In this place, what's the word? There is a lot of sound, as probably a lot can hear. I can hear it. I hope I can still hear myself. It's not obvious walking with the breezes accompanying my legs, over my legs, but hey, it helps. So what I wanted to talk about here was that, yes, I was talking about music and how it can make so much sense to say that nature is full of sounds, full of music. I feel like I'm in a fairy tale. I feel like I'm in a fairy tale right now. But point was that music pretty much like music is part of nature. When you hear the birds chirping, like obviously they were there, now they're gone because of the sound, I guess, and they were scared. But I guess still sound is sound, so I guess I can call it music. But I was talking about also that music is pretty much like a part of nature, but also like how it fires up our brain. Like in an MRI, we can see that like when someone listens to a certain piece or whatever, to music, their neurons fire up. It's pretty much like it's pretty much like fireworks. When you look at it on an MRI, it's pretty fascinating to see, to look at. And my hand, I'm gonna see if I can like this. Okay, so it's like a firework to see, and music is not only beneficial for neurological health, but it makes the brain like move like nothing else, and it's good for people who have neurological problems, like me. Neurological problems, or I don't like saying problems. The world is filled with problems, and we don't want any more of them. Let's start bringing out positivity and gratefulness and good thoughts about nature. What was I talking about? I keep losing myself. But okay, I just want to be sure. I just want to make sure that this is okay. Like when I was saying that pretty much. So I lost myself. But I study music right now, and I'm a classical pianist. I'm studying classical music because I think that classical music, learning an instrument from a classical perspective, I guess, if I can say it like that, it's like, it makes a lot of sense. And when you start seeing the composer, how they compose, and you visualize the piece, and it's special, because then you can mimic the same kind of composing techniques and put it in a composition or improvising. Though I'm still in the beginning stages of that, I like doing that. And I'm still a student. I'm a classical pianist right now, but I like experiencing other things. Of course, I like composing, improvising, like I said. ideally when I stay on a certain scale. But anyways, I keep losing myself. I hope this makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna come back. Okay, my phone is gonna die soon, so I'm gonna try to record, even if there is still some sound going on here. I hope I can see myself. But music is like I said, music is this perseverance teacher. What I mean by that is that when we practice, students or musicians or student musicians, whatever, we need to practice for hours and give our attention to rhythms and melody and many details within a certain piece. And when we do that, we practice, and we feel so much during many hours that we try again and again. So what this can teach you in real life is that patience is key to success, and persevering is also a key to succeeding in life. Anyways, there is too much sound, and I really hope that this will cease pretty soon. So I'll move like this. Moral of the story, well, my philosophy is think life is short, and why not make it meaningful with those who we love? We might be everywhere and anywhere. What we think will make us happy can also be the beginning of weariness. Those false promises are just hiding us from true happiness that is in the things we already have. Sure, it probably doesn't hurt to have a new car or a new house if you can afford it, but it is in love that we can truly find what makes us us. Having someone we feel like we have a duty to help is the beginning of us feeling better when this person in need feels better, because we have this kind of connection.